Привет из Дубая. С вами передача «ГолубьМира», где разбираем крутые навыки. Спрашиваем на английском, отвечаем на русском. Подтягивайте язык или смотрите перевод в тайм-кодах. Let's talk about user experience and let's start with the definition.
User experience, this is the mood you will give to your customer when he or she trying to be your customer. Now, when, for example, you have a restaurant or a coffee shop or hotel, you could meet people with meet and greeter who will smile. You will give small presents. You will making on board to show every facilities in your establishment, and people will think how hospital this establishment is, and they will laugh all the time. They will like it. For example, in huge towns, in megapolises, a lot of people, they do not want to eat in a restaurant, in hotels, because they know that it would be a expensive, b it would be not so tasty. But if you are trying to make your hospital in a best way, you will make the food cheaper. The food would be more delicious, and everyone will say, this is the only hotel, this is the only restaurant I will recommend you to stay. Do not go outside. Use this as SPA, use massage and use some other utilities which are already provided, because the owner of this hotel or owner of this restaurant or owner of this, I don't know, relaxation facility is insane on customer experience.
And obviously, when we're talking about the customer, what might be the techniques to actually understand who are the customer, what are their needs, and how do we know that we actually hit the target with whatever experiments or hypotheses we're trying to put in one place?
First, you should go to your competitors and test their services. For example, when with my wife, we are trying to open dentistry in the Moscow, we were going to all the expensive dentistries in the town, and we were saying, come on, let's check our teeth. And some were saying that we have some diseases, but we haven't. And we were trying to clean our teeth with professional hygiene and so on. And we were forcing with cold water, maybe not comfort chairs and so on. And we will write everything on the paper. We want to have orthopedic chairs. We want to have very fast moving instruments. We want to have low noise equipment and so on. And if you will not do this, and you will not test the service of your area by your skin, you will not know what to do.
And in terms of the different building blocks or maybe components of the user experience, what they might be, or maybe we could take it to a slightly different direction. Like, for example, whether it could be something visual, something tactile, whether it could be something in time, like before you achieve the place, before you reach the place, or like right after you leave something. So what are the dimensions and the building blocks of the user experience?
Let's talk in different businesses and different areas. For example, let's take into account McDonald's. No one would think about this like I will tell, but this is maybe the best process I have ever seen. We were working with McDonald's in Kiev, close to the central railway station in 2006, and we make this McDonald's third on the planet by the speed of service. And suddenly I realized that no one could make this kind of quality of control, of hiring, of teaching people. Second, let's talk about, for example, my lovely hotel, Ritz-Carlton. There is a saying among the employees, which was given them by shareholders. We are ladies and gentlemen, we are serving to other ladies and gentlemen. And as this employee, they could change your life. They could make upgrade of the room for you for free. They can present you a dinner or lunch. They could send without any payment a bottle of the wine, because you make them feel happy, because you show respect for them. So you live in this hotel like home away from home. And the last, for example, I will tell you, like some very distant islands like Fiji, like Palau, like other. When you will stay there, you will find that a lot of things are made by local people, because it is very hard to bring, for example, every kind of soft drinks, or maybe even sugar or salt or some other spices, and they will make it by their hands, and they will always say how do they do that. So they will say, this was made by my nephew, this was made by my grandma, and you will feel the personal touch. You will know that they are thinking exactly about you. So they have no barrel or jar already filled with the spices, but they will make a small portion and they will bring in small piece of paper, especially to your table.
And obviously, as much as good experience could be something marvelous, I do believe there also might be the cases when it could be some sort of the thing that could use some sort of the improvements, or really could be the bad for the end customer. For example, there was a one case when I was in Thailand. So usually you could get like a boat ride, and there would be the guy who would be rowing and like moving into the places. So the person that I unfortunately got actually put me into the area where I actually have to buy, and he was refusing to go move further unless I buy like anything small, any small stuff. Of course, like I did some sort of like a purchases, but user experience was slightly, I would say, affected by this, because I was thinking that I was buying the nice ride, and apparently it was like a little shopping tour by the river. So, what other mistakes people make when they crafting the different user experience, and how to avoid them?
First level of mistakes when you are forcing the events. For example, I have several people who were telling me the same things. Sometimes they found some place to eat in Italy or in France. They come and ask for some food, and they were served, and suddenly when they are asking for a bill, people are saying, but we are not selling the food, you just came to usual house and you asked for food, and we provide it, but you are not forced to pay. And at this point, all people for sure will feel themselves not comfortable, so we bring you some troubles. But if you are hospital owner, you will say, come on guys, it's quite okay. I do not need money, and this was my pleasure. And for a long time, those people who will involved in such occasion, they will say, come on, the Italy or France maybe is the best place I was ever visiting. Second, you should find something very unusual. For example, I was in USA, in Napa Valley, and a lot of hosts, they are growing grapes, and they will give you to test it for a free. And after 2 or 3 bottles, usually you will smile like a sun, and you will stay there to look for sunset, to feel the touch of the breeze, and you'll think, what a beautiful life, and I am happy to be here. And third, when you, for example, live in some place like in Egypt, and you will try to go to the pyramids, you will find very strange things. First, the road would take you like 4 hours, and it's definitely not worth it, because it is too hot even in air condition of the bus. Second, when you will go out, you will find a lot of people who are trying to sell you soft drinks like cola, soda, Schweppes, Indian tonic, and so on, for a very high price. Then you will visit a lot of people with camels, and they will ask you, do you want to drive for a free? And a lot of people saying, yes, I'll try. But suddenly they would know that, okay, ride is free, but to go out of the camel, you should pay like $20. And this is very unusual. But when you are sitting above these heels of the animal, even if you are a strong man, you couldn't go and you couldn't jump. It's almost impossible, and you should pay. So after this visiting of pyramids, you will have a bad mood, and you will say to everyone, do not go to this pyramids.
So it's definitely not the way of creating the experience where user never is going to return, and moreover, they actually won't be talking good or saying anything nice about something that you created. But I also want to ask something in more details. Like, for example, there might be cases when the creator, or like the guy who is responsible for certain product or services, they might be going slightly beyond of what is expected, and trying to find some sort of like unusual features or like any things that they could add to the customer journey so that they feel like more delighted. And probably I could give one example for let's say here in Dubai in the cinema there is an app which you could use to order food right into your seat, meaning that like you don't need to stand in the queue, which is actually quite long, and you also can something that you said before, and I can confirm this. You can even mix popcorn, which is like really amazing, meaning that it's not only sense of like I don't need to do anything, but I actually can create something by my own, and I can get my specific type of the popcorn in the specific movie. So, what are the mindset or techniques or way of thinking that the creator should have in order to provide like extra mile for their customers?
Okay, I will give several examples. I was visiting Fiji and I was staying on Yasawa Island. This is very famous because on this island was filmed movie which name was Blue Lagoon. And I was asked by the host what I want to eat, and suddenly I asked, I just want to clear bro. I don't know. I don't want to eat something very heavy because the trip was really a very long one. And suddenly he said, okay, I don't know what does mean clear bro. I don't know what soup. I will send you a chief and he will make this for you. And suddenly it was in my I don't know how to say small house on the beach came this man. He was bringing several boxes of food with his subordinates, and then I was asking him to boil chicken, to cut potatoes, to cut onions and carrot and put everything together. And I was tasting all the time, and suddenly I found the exactly clear bro I wanted, and it was really good. Another example, I was on another place. I was on Palau, and I was asked what I want to do, like a favor, because I was saving some guy from the water, and his father came to me, ask everything, I will do it for you. And I said, okay, I want to eat just lobsters on something like this. And suddenly this father told me, we will go tomorrow on the sunrise and we will catch lobsters exactly for you. Everything was good until they tried to walk me up and say, come on, you will go with us. So first we catch lobsters, then I choose one, and everyone was just waiting until I would eat it, and they I was saying everything is okay, and suddenly whole the village start to make dancing for me, and it was very unusual. I am sitting with a small lobster, and some people are trying to smile and say thank you to help to save the life of a person we know.
I guess this is the case when the user experience is like such overwhelming comparing to what you probably just try to get. So this is really amazing, and this is really creates the good memories and stuff. Last question will be how knowing about the user experience would help to make this world a better place.
Let me remind one more case. I was in Peru when I was attending Kiev Polytechnical Institute. There were several guys from Peru who was studying together with me, and I was visiting them, and they were presenting me a flight above the Naski Desert. On this place, there are a lot of petroglyphs, huge pictures on the land, and some of them like a spider, like monkey, and so on. Suddenly, the pilot was asking me, "Do you think something unusual? Do you see something very strange?" And I was trying to say, "Okay, this is similar to this animal, to this fish, to this bird." And suddenly he told me, "Wow, I never see it before. You just discovered a new petroglyph." And when I was back, I was so proud. I was given small sheet of paper where they draw in some simple lines which petroglyphs I found. But when I moved to my friend house, he told me, this is quite usual. They always do it. You do not able to find any petroglyph, but they always give you the paper that you are discovered, and everyone like it.
This is a very nice experience. А мы рассмотрели навык пользовательский опыт и чем он полезен именно вам. Всем мира.